Morning, Mary. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Are you shouting at me, girl? How dare you shout at me? Grr bubbles. um, oh, you're going to blame it on it being dark. I see how you are. Some people's parents. I'm doing okay. Just plugging along. Feel a little better now that I got some sleep. My eyeballs are still a little burning a little bit, but not as bad as they were yesterday. Spring cleaning, huh? Okay, I'll show you where you can start here. I got lots of spring cleaning that needs to be done. I'm glad you volunteered. That was so kind of you. See how I am? Uh-huh. I know, funny looking, but that's besides the point. So there, haha. I'm not sure. All I know is you're the only one here so far. Yesterday it took a little while for people to get here too, but hey, it will be what it will be, 'cause it will be what we see to be, and you and me can be. I know, don't quit my day job. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta have a day job, be able to quit. Damn it. I hate that when that happens. Are you playing music for me? You strumming a beat for me? Damn. Oh, wait, it's supposed to be. Give a moose spit sneeze. He's got that shit patented, though, so damn it. Oh, man. Well, we have a wild and exciting day going on here. Not really. Oh, oh shit. Crack a slacking on the job over here.
Yeah, you left me backstage forever.
One job to do, huh? And I'm not doing that very good, and I couldn't
How's the
hear you.
computer? Did
I
you
can't
spend
hear
the day?
you.
Did you
I
spend
see
spend
your
the day?
voice going. Oh, wait a minute. Try it now.
Hello?
There we go.
Oh,
I forgot I had. I forgot I had my headphones turned on.
you're like, I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear nothing.
Yeah. Hey, I never claimed to be an Einstein. I just claimed to be here.
Yeah, I hear that.
How often? Ha ha.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
anywho,
my
spring
girls are
cleaning
in
today,
heat.
huh?
My girls
That's
are
what
in
you
heat.
said. That's what you said last night
The
or
girls are
yesterday.
behaving okay. The boys, on the other hand,
Well, isn't that a typical male?
yes, walk around
We
with.
your tongue hanging out.
Mhm. Yep. We always tell the boys, "Oh God, go put your pinky away somewhere."
Put that pink lipstick back in.
Yeah, God damn it. We had a puppy that the inside must have been when he urinated, like came all the way out and wouldn't go back in. I had to massage him and wash him with warm soapy water, like what, twice, 3 times. I didn't know that could happen to boy dogs. Did you?
Not a clue.
It was a little scary.
I bet.
He's a little happy
That,
guy now. The only thing is the last lady who came that took the last 4 dogs was from a shelter. Check this out, Larry. 9 days after all the puppies got rehomed to rescue homes and all sorts of places. 9 days, I get a message that says, "Hey, one of the puppies tested positive for parvo." And I was like, "How did they get that? 'Cause I know they didn't get it from my land." And she acted a little sketchy. So I sat back and thought, I'm like, there's no way. They had to catch parvo wherever they went to. And in this case, it was a shelter that a lady worked at. So they either had parvo in the truck, the doggy truck, or in the shelter. And she's trying to blame me. So I'm gonna call her today and have a bit of a discussion with her.
or they're trying to get money from you.
They Nice try. They should have called 2 days after, not 9 days.
Well, plus this, I mean, if they would have had it, you would have think that you would have seen some kind of signs of it.
Oh, my dogs did not have parvo. I know for sure.
Well,
They
no,
took
I'm not. Right. I'm saying if they had, you would have seen something to give you
yes,
some kind of clue to know that if they weren't feeling good or whatever, knowing you wouldn't have given them away if you had a doubt that something was wrong with them. Is basically what I'm trying to
exactly,
say.
exactly. That's why I got a little hurt. Not hurt, but I was irritated by it because I didn't like her insinuation.
Well, it seems kind of weird to me in the first place why an adoption center would be gathering up more puppies. Usually, most of these places are over full.
I thought so too. I really did think so too. But apparently, like this is a really small town that she works at, a dog kennel or a dog shelter. So it just could be that there's not a lot of stray dogs in Ordway, you know.
Yeah.
But
See,
I just didn't like the insinuation for real.
oh yeah. See, I came across the same problem with you that you had is when I got Buster. You know, it's like I didn't want to get him fixed until he got some. Well, he
Hmm.
still hasn't got any, but I went and checked to see how much it was going to be, and it was like $300 or $400 because
Yeah,
he's so big.
but here's the thing. Back in 1988, it was $300 or $400. So why the fuck hasn't the price changed? You telling me science hasn't improved to lower that price at all?
Well, shit, I know about before I got him, I could have got it done for like $60.
Yeah, if you do it, okay. So what this freaking lady said to me was, they're probably gonna get fixed. They're barely freaking 3 months old. Why are they fixing animals before they're done
Maturing.
growing? Yes. This is, and I asked this because my daughter got a cat in Michigan at one of the adoption clinics. They had already fixed the animal. She had the animal for years. We moved to Colorado. She puts him on a different food, Blue Buffalo, and Blue Buffalo uses beaks, claws, and wings of the chicken, which they're not supposed to. Cats can't eat that. Well, because the cat was fixed early, this food dehydrated him to the point where it's something about his urinary tube. I don't know if it dried up because it wasn't as big as it's supposed to be. Apparently, their urinary tract grows and grows and grows with them. So when you fix
Huh.
them so early and they run into a problem like with a food, now their body's not healthy enough to deal with the consequences of it.
Yeah, that's
That's what
funny too, because that Blue Mountain stuff is supposed to be, you know, they oh, we're one of the best foods there are.
that's what my daughter thought. She's like, now that we live off grid, man, I wanna start getting my animals used to a more richer diet, before we go raw foods.
Right.
And her cat died. Her cat died within a couple days.
Wow.
And we had just moved here, so it literally was a devastating thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these guys will be a year old before they get fixed because I did not want to run into that problem.
Yeah. And then you have to save up a small fortune to be able to do so.
Exactly. Can you imagine fixing 7 dogs by way of the vet? That's $2,000.
Yeah, one guy told me he's like, "Oh, just get a rubber band."
No, no.
that's
Can you imagine what
kind of
that
what
feels like to the
that's
animal?
what that's kind of what I said. I'm like, I wouldn't know what no fucking rubber band on me. I ain't gonna put no fucking rubber band on nobody else.
It's funny that we have a law about cruel and unusual punishment, but that doesn't go towards the the damage humans inflict. Because to me, fixing an animal at 3 months old, at a baby stage, that is cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
I don't dig that at all. And I'll go bat crap crazy on someone who kind of tries to shove their social bullshit down my throat.
Oh
I
yeah.
I foresee I might have a little bit of a glitch. There's the animal clinic that's supposed to come by me in July. And they're like 55 to $110, shots included. And I'm going to have to fight with them. Like, you will not give my dog shots except the anesthetic that puts them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I use herbs on my dogs. They're not going to react well to freaking social shots.
Plus, you never know what the fuck's really in that bullshit.
Exactly. They can say anything they want, but unless we come with a lab, we can't test it.
Well, not only that, they don't know. They're just repeating what they were told. Kind of like
No,
the
that's so funny you say that, Larry, because back when my children were younger, and my two youngest actually got hospitalized at the same time, different reasons. So after they both got out of the hospital, the health department's like, you really need to give them flu shots, especially after their hospitalization. And I'm like, all right, tell me this. Tell me that not one part of the virus is in the vaccine. And she's like, "What? That doesn't matter. It's dead." And I'm like, no, that's not what I said.
hmm,
I said, tell me that there's no part of the virus in that vaccine because science is bullshitting people if they're saying they don't know how to do that. She wouldn't do it. She couldn't do it. So then I took the pamphlet. I'm like, I want a pamphlet so I can read everything about it. If you want me to learn about it and give it to my kids, I'm going to have to read about it. She gave me the pamphlet. First of all, the side effects were disgusting. And years later, it hit me like a brick shithouse when Vidi Vidvid happened. Because you know what a side effect to the flu shot is?
oh,
A possible CV.
wow.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. So, no, I don't, like you said, they're only repeating what they're being told to repeat.
Well, what gets me too is I'm not positive, but it seemed like to me years ago they wouldn't authorize, lack of better words, we'll call it medicines,
Hmm.
if it had real bad reaction.
Right.
Nowadays, it seems like it doesn't matter what kind of reaction it has as long as we tell you about it.
Exactly.
Hey, Bruce, good to see you, bud.
Good morning, Bruce. And they get so butthurt when you ask them that you really want to be like, did you personally make this? Is that why you're
Yeah,
butthurt? You know, like the sheep of the system don't realize they're the sheep of the system. Like that, okay, as my kids grew up, we talked about rationalizing things. And one of the things that I was really against is rationalizing our behavior. Like it's either good behavior or bad behavior. And I must have looked like an idiot teaching this to my kids because they're looking at a world full of rationalizing,
yeah.
justification, right?
Ma, ma, ma.
Exactly. I think so. When people run into certain channels on YouTube and they feel like, I think they feel like they're like watching society. They're just little blips of society in different YouTube pages. You can see if you sit back and observe long enough.
Yeah. I just thought I'd let you know. Bruce says he just subbed to everybody in the room.
Thank you, Bruce.
So that
You're the
means you got
sweetheart.
another subscriber. Woohoo! Look at you go, Carl. Go, go, Mary. Go, go, go,
I'm
go,
almost at
go, Mary.
300,
Go, go.
Larry.
Do
Hey,
what?
Larry, I'm almost at 300. Here's the caveat here. Half of them are my son's subs.
I'm gonna
So
say,
listen,
hell, you're more famous than I am.
I thought I was, but like I was looking through my YouTube page like a year and a half ago, like 6 months into the pandemic, and I go to my own channel, and I'm like 200. What the hell? I ain't that popular. So I go back to see what video like people are looking at. I see 6 months of my son putting like shorts and shit, like them short videos up on YouTube. So half of my subscribers literally are my son's subscribers.
That's cool. Yeah, that shorts is really where it's at. If you wanna become really famous and possibly make money really quick, shorts is the way to do it.
Yep, that's why some of the TikTok people came over to YouTube is to do the shorts because shit was going wrong with TikTok.
Yeah, it's like I my first short video I did, I had 1,300 people look at it.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, and it was one of the neighborhood.
So when I first started video video vlog, what would you call it? Vlogging?
Yeah.
When I first started doing that about the homestead and stuff, I had like maybe 20 subscribers, right? It was like 5 years ago. And I'm scrolling through the videos because I don't always get the comments. So I'll scroll through the videos, see if there's any comments. And I get all the way down to this video, 56,000. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And I look at the video and it's like 20 minutes of nothing but baby cows on our road. So somebody must have shared it like to a cow place or something. It isn't nothing about me. We weren't even in the video. It was just
Yeah,
about the cows blocking the roads and stuff. Because in the spring they bring all the baby cows here.
right.
It's like a giant nursery, so it's super cool to go through. Maybe I'll do another one this year. But 56,000, oh my god,
Damn, girl.
that
You
was
mean
insane.
I'm talking to a star this whole time and I didn't know it? Wait, let me bow and beckon to you.
Not me. I'll introduce you to
Oh,
the cows this spring. They're the ones
the
who are popular.
great, the great and mighty Mary Homestead.
People are more interested in my animals than they are in me.
That's the way it is, though. You come up with a animal video and everybody's all about it. It's kind of funny.
I'm okay with that. I don't need. I've never been popular a day in my life, so it's not a need I have within me. But it was super weird. It was super weird to see 56,000. What the? I almost like people have been watching me. What's going on?
Oh, you can't fool me, Mary. I know you're all about the notoriety. That's all you want is you want to be rich and famous. Damn it! Just come on,
I'm
fess
running after the views. Can't you see me running, Larry?
up. That's it. We're all just all self-centered. Fucking get what we can get and get how we can get it, and that's it. We're gonna stumble all anybody to get what we want. Damn it!
Hey,
Arr.
that's the way of the world now. I heard that. Get your combat
Yeah,
boots. Time to walk on, people.
that's about it. Make sure they're
Boy,
steel toed.
every once in a while, I'll tease my husband and I'll act like I'm stepping on his foot with his work boots on, and he just looks at me like steel toes. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just hoping this time I could like just flatten it a little, but steel toe work boots are really steel toed. They hold my weight over his foot.
I'll tell you though, sometimes those steel toes aren't all what they're cracked up to be. Because one time I was working for Gay's Bakery, and they're the Pacific Northwest's largest bakery. They own Wonder Bread and Williams and Fran's and a bunch of bakeries. Well, one day I went out to the floor to go get some dirty trays, and I got off the forklift I was on, and I went to go get the trays, and this other guy hopped up on it, and he ended up running over my left foot, and the damn forklift ended up smashing my steel toe right into my foot, and it
Oh,
crushed my foot. And I was given a 90% disability rating in my left foot when I was 18 years old, and still worked, another 30 years or whatever, 40 years after that.
wow. I have heard of those stories about that steel getting pinched onto someone's foot. That's scary.
And I didn't get a penny out of that.
Of course not.
But yeah, I hear all these other people, oh, I broke my hand doing this or whatever, and oh, I got $50,000, and it was kind of like that when I worked at Gem Top, and I went to work with a broken hand, and I contacted, everybody I get contacted, and they're just like, oh well, I don't know. There's nothing much we could do about it. I went to a lawyer, and the lawyer told me, "Oh, the only thing he could do for me is to get my job back." And I'm like, "Why the fuck would I want my job back? I already fucking know what their light duty's like. They made me work fucking 12 hours with a broken fucking hand."
Damn. But you know what? That's how messed up this system is. Because now, like right now, if my brother were to apply to Social Security with what he applied with 40 years ago, he would get it instantly. But 40, 30, between 30 and 40 years ago, when he applied, he's blind in one eye. He had an injury when he was small and he's blind in one eye. Can't drive or anything. Social Security basically told him to fuck off. And now,
Well,
go ahead.
what gets me is, when I was trying to get my disability, uh, it took me like 10 years to get it. And
Damn.
it's like, I got kind of frustrated and shit and found out a bunch of things afterwards that Social Security did that basically wasn't on the up and up. Like
Yep.
they came out to my house one day and these two detectives show up and I'm outside doing something with my son. I think we were working on something or I can't honestly remember what I was doing, but they came up and they're like, "Oh, we're here to see Larry so and so," and I'm like, "Okay, that's me. What do you need?" And we're like, "Oh, I'm Detective so and this is Detective so, and we're from the Portland Police Department, and we're here investigating this computer we found it in a bus." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what that has to do with me."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh well, we found your name on the computer." And I'm like, "Really?" And they showed me my ID. And I'm like, "Huh." I says, "Yeah, that's my ID and that's me, but I can tell you I lost that ID like 4 years ago." And they're like, "Huh, really?" And they're like, "Well, your name was associated with drugs. Your name was associated with child trafficking. Your name was associated." They named off all these different things. I'm like, "What the fuck? I had nothing to do with that bullshit." And they're like, "Oh, well, we're gonna do some investigating and yada yada yada, and we'll get back to you." Well, of course, I never heard from them. But then later, I found out that that was Social Security checking up on me. And I told my lawyer, I says, I could understand them coming out and them telling me they're from some organization or something that they aren't really from. I says, I could totally understand that. But I says, what I can't understand is how they can say my name was associated with all this fucking bullshit. I says, how in the fuck can that be legal in any way, shape, or form? Isn't that defamation of character?
Yes.
You
Yes, it
know,
is.
and then come to find out too, right when you first apply, they send you to all their doctors and stuff. Well, I went to this. One of the first places they sent me to was a psychiatrist to evaluate, how crazy I was or whatever. Well, I went and I seen him, and right as I'm walking out of the office, the psychiatrist I talked to says, "Larry," I says, "What, sir? How can I help you?" And he says, "I want you to go right now to Whitebird and go talk to somebody." He's like, you need to go talk to somebody. Your mental, state isn't doing too good, and you need to talk to somebody. I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I went outside to the person that took me down there. I says, "Well, I think it went pretty good." The doc says, "I need to go talk to somebody right now."
Right.
Well, come to find out, when Social Security got that notice, letter, or whatever, they said, "Oh well, it didn't turn out the way we expected it, so we're just going to hide this file and pretend like it doesn't exist because the report didn't come out the way they wanted it to."
That's funny. As you're telling me the story, I've never experienced this in my life. It happened here in Colorado. I get a phone call. This 2 years in a row, this happened. I get a phone call asking for a girl named Jennifer. I'm like, no, I don't know. You're calling the wrong number. Well, do you know just Jennifer? And they use the last name. And I'm like, I know of them, but I don't know them. Well, we have this number in association. No, you do not. I don't think so. They tried it 2 years in a row, and the second year I got pretty freaking nasty. Stop trying to tie me to someone I don't know. I don't know them. This is the harassment I got because I am an act. I come to Colorado um, already an activist, already having so much behind me of things that I've done and shit I've had to confront. Then, man, I was getting pissed. Like, are you motherfuckers seriously trying to tie me to someone I don't know? Like, this is stupidity in motion, and I'm gonna catch you. You know what I'm saying? I don't play these freaking games. So
Yeah,
then they
but
stopped. After I yelled at them, they stopped. I haven't had a call in 2 years.
yeah. Well, what got me is, I mean, when I first applied for my disability, my mental status was very unstable, for lack of better words.
Hmm.
And, plus I had a lot of physical problems that I still do going on with me.
That
But then
added
I'd
to it,
see,
yeah.
I'd see people. I, I knew this one guy, Tim, he had hepatitis and uh, what's that skin disease? Eczema. He had eczema,
Eczema, yeah.
eczema, and he went in, and 30 days after he went in, he got approved.
Oh,
So he had his check within 2 months. And I'm like, oh, so they're going to go and approve him because he's got hepatitis and this skin problem, but yet they're not going to approve me when I'm mentally unstable, my body's all fucked up, and they're going to say, no, you're fine. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just like the same way with the damn druggies. They can pretty much go in there and say, oh, I'm a druggie. I'm addicted to drugs, so I can't work, so you're going to have to give me money. And they say, oh, not a problem, sir. Sign this piece of paper and you're approved.
yo, Larry, I applied my first time double breast cancer. So, two different cancers, one in each breast. Major fucking surgery. You know what they fucking told me after that? Because I couldn't do the jobs I was doing. I was security guard before I had the surgery. So there's no way I could do it the same thing. Well, you just need to find a different job. Wait, what? That's, wait, what? Because this has happened to me before. When I was younger, and I left my first husband due to alcohol and violence. Um, I worked at a place, and I guess I qualified. Somehow I qualified for unemployment. But when I applied at the time, I didn't get it. So we're talking like 6 months later. I'm now in college. I have a 2 year old, and it's a renewing of the Medicaid and food stamps because back then it was all in one. So they tell me, hey, it looks like you have money coming from unemployment. You need to go down there and file for it. I'm like, what? I, no, but okay, whatever. I'll jump through the stupid hoops. And I go down to unemployment and I'm in college. And unemployment says, what are you taking in college? And I tell them, well, no, you're going to have to change your classes if you want unemployment. I said, excuse the F out of me? What are you talking about? Because now I'm getting really pissed off. Well, you could take secretarial or you could take billing, but that's the only college courses that we're going to approve to allow you to get the unemployment, which, by the way, I paid into, like the employer. That's the only way you're going to get that from us. So I had to go without freaking food stamps. They didn't deny her Medicaid, my daughter's Medicaid, but I had to go without food stamps and cash because of this bullshit within the system. I didn't even know what the hell they were talking about. Unemployment. What are you talking about? And they make me go through this whole thing just for someone to tell me what classes I can and can't take out of the college. I've had to say no so many times to money, Larry, because this freaking system just wants to peg you into a wormhole that you can't get out of.
Well, what gets me most about the college thing, too, is you can go to one college and then say you move or something, and then you have to go to a different college, and it'll tell you, oh, Well, all those credits you did for the last 3 years, they don't count. You got to start all over.
Yep. I consider going back for a bachelor's degree until that very fact that you just mentioned. And how can they call us united in any way if our states don't abide by a baseline level of laws or procedures, and then the cities in the states have their own procedures and ledgers, and then the towns, and it feels like a goddamn pyramid scam.
Oh yeah. Well, we got Moose in the house, and Moose says I got to get this thing out of the way. Moose says Bruce is on the loose. Watch out, Larry. He's subscribing.
Good morning, Moose.
You finally out of damn Tennessee?
That's cool.
No, I'm wondering if he is.
Oh yeah, he was in Pennsylvania, one of the other long ass states.
Oh, that's right, because Sly was saying come see him yesterday. That's right.
I pray
Fucking
he got
space
through New
monkey.
York without a problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Mrs. Moose said they were maybe going to be in New Hampshire today. I don't remember. A lot's been going on these YouTube channels.
Oh, that sucks. They had a tire issue.
Oh
You
no.
you okay? Were you guys driving? Was it on the trailer or the truck?
We are pulling into a tire shop today and gonna get the brakes checked. Oh, that's the
Brakes are
downfall of
easy. I'll do your brakes for you. Oh, wait a minute. You're too far away. Damn it.
that's
Oh,
the
wait. I can
downfall.
I can hop in my airplane and I'll be there in about 20 minutes.
My daughter had a problem when she moved to Colorado. She also had trailer tire issues.
Trailer is the scariest one, especially, if you're doing 50 or 60 miles an hour and you get a
Mhm.
flat. That shit's scary as fuck.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Larry. When I bought this camper that I'm in, I had someone haul it for me. And just as we were going over the bridge in the town closest to me, the freaking trailer popped off the truck and was inches away from freaking going over the bridge and down to the road beneath. Like
Holy
my
shit.
friend backed his truck up like to hit the camper in the front, like to stop its momentum, because we were all like, "Oh my God, there goes my house. There goes I mean, it's only $600, but damn, that would have been a hell of a cleanup if it dropped to the road below."
Yeah. So Moose says the trailer tire was almost blown out.
Ooh, they caught
At
it.
least, yeah, at least it did, and that's cool.
Yeah, because you can't control that freaking trailer behind you, you know? Not when it goes out of control due to a blowout or something. So glad it didn't.
Well, plus to it, it matters, like the size of your truck and the size of the trailer, because it's like you could have a really short trailer and a really long truck, and then if you have a blowout, that fucking trailer's gonna be like a damn snake and go all
Yeah,
over the place. In the same way, if you have a smaller truck and a really super long trailer, it'll do the same thing. It'll just start fishtailing all over the fucking place.
right. And that's scary. That's ugh. I was just thinking the other day, like eventually we're gonna get a small trailer to pull behind the truck to carry the water container so we could fill it all the way. And I was just thinking about it on the way home, and I'm like, sway bars, chains, because oh my God, it's gonna take me a bit to get used to hauling the trailer full of water.
Yeah. So I was thinking about, kind of your offer or whatever coming down there, and I figure it probably cost me about almost just as much to get down there and have me self sufficient as it would to just basically buy a piece of property. Because I figure it cost me $3,000 to $5,000 to get, and then I'd have to come up with another probably 5 grand or so for batteries and panels and all that other stuff.
Right. I see where you're going, and with that kind of money, you could actually own your own piece of land and then do it for yourself on your own land.
Right. Well, might not be able to buy it outright, but it's definitely a good piece of the pie.
Right, right, right. Well, I didn't buy mine outright either. I had a mortgage for 5 years on this.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, we looked at, we were looking at, the owner financing deal, and I still kind of think that's the best way to go. But the only problem with that is most of these properties are basically in bumfuck Egypt. So we
Yeah.
started looking at a realtor company, and we did find some really good deals. Oh, I wish I could find that one piece of property and show you. It was fucking amazing. We found
Really?
this five. We found this 5 acres, and it's in Arizona. It had a huge like brick wall round fence going around like the main spot, like where their living area is, and it had a like a huge picnic type structure. Shit thing must be 40 or 50 feet long, with
Well,
benches and stuff in it. And it had a fucking outside pool. I mean, real this this setup to me looked like it'd be in fucking Hollywood or something, but there's no house. But yet there's a RV plug, all the power is all there, and it was
it could have
five
been used that
acres.
that could have still
Five
could have been used for Hollywood. That kind of sounds about right. Something they would set up and take the house with them. Because why would you
well,
have
that's
a picnic area that big?
It was huge, and like I said, when I first seen it, I'm like, "Holy fuck! This looks like fucking something in Hollywood or something." Because I mean, it was just super fucking sweet,
How's the
and it was five.
price?
It was 5 acres, and it was like 20 grand or something. And the place was, I can't remember if that one was in foreclosure or not, but it was actually a really good deal. And like I told her, I says, "Well, fuck, it's got the RV plug there already, so all we'd have to do is plug in there and and then build our house, from there or whatever."
Yeah, yep, yep, yep. That's actually a step easier than the way we did it because we did it with a camper and a generator, and that costs a lot of money. So that took money out of building and out of buying supplies and stuff like that. Not that we regret it, but at least there you would be able to plug in and not, like you said, not have to drop immediate money on solar, or is there water?
I don't think there was. I don't remember, but like I told her, I said nothing else. We could just get a tank like you did.
Yeah, yeah, it's really not that hard, to tell you the truth. The only annoying part is filling the camper up the more you use the water. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'd rather do that than pay a company to give me water at an exorbitant around amount of money. Not
Well,
into
that's
this
the thing.
shit.
That's the thing too is where most of these properties were. I'm sure since it's so far out there, it costs you a little bit to have somebody deliver it.
Well, if I have someone deliver, I'm 45 minutes from them, and it cost about, what is it, $150 for about 1,500 gallons.
That's actually not bad. That's like 10 cents a gallon or something.
And 1,500 gallons is like, if you're frugal, that could be over a month's worth of water.
Yeah.
So it's all about that sweet spot in between, that compromising spot where no one loses.
Right.
But for you, because I know you were concerned about doing it at your age, Maybe just look a little deeper into that and just see how your gut feels. You
As
know what I'm
far as what?
saying? Possibilities. Like, have you investigated that property yet any deeper?
Oh, I think she contacted them. I'm not sure. I know she contacted a couple places.
Gotcha.
But the biggest problem right now for us is, like I told her, we're kind of a damned if we do and damned we don't situation. I says, because if we start looking for property and then say, like, we fall in love with someplace, well, we ain't got no fucking money. So by the time we get, I get in a situation where I can make a couple $100 a month payment or whatever, by that time the property most likely will be gone.
Oh, not necessarily. um, but it's really all about the relationship you create with the owner. Because if you're looking for owner finance, really the first step after finding a place is establishing that relationship with the owner, because it's going to be a long relationship until it's paid off, right?
Yeah.
So
Most
maybe
of them, I think most of them you get done, you paid off in like 5 or 6 years.
right. That's how I did mine. And I would take that damned if you do and damned if you don't and put it in one of those weird hidey pockets in your wallet. Because I
Yeah.
understand what you mean. And I also adopt that thought process too. But I say that with a big but. I do believe having that positive mindset and going towards a goal, which others would call that manifestation, is key. Because I'm on Social Security too, Larry. So it didn't matter how much money I had in my hand when it came to someone holding the mortgage for me. So I had to develop this relationship with Tori over probably 2 months before the closing so that he felt comfortable holding the mortgage for me. And he did.
Right. Well, basically, what, lack of better words, I'll say we're doing, mostly me doing, is putting roadblocks up where they don't exist.
Yeah, I call that to my daughter. I'm like, are you borrowing trouble again?
Yeah.
Because that's
Well,
borrowing trouble from the future.
I think a lot of us, I think a lot of us do that, that put roadblocks in front of us before, not necessarily, need to. I think a lot of us do that in a lot of areas of our life.
Don't you think it's conditioned in us from society, from school?
From basically, yeah, just growing up, yeah, because they want us to conform, they want us to follow, they want us to, not succeed, because if we succeed, they know that they can't control us as well, so they want us, always struggling.
But they also know that an undreaming human is a slow human. So the part of the manipulation is we're gonna let you dream big, dream all you can be. If you can dream it, you can do it. You know, they set people up to have this disastrous uh letdown as they grow up. And now all these years later they're asking what's wrong with everyone. Yo, government, you're the one that's wrong with everyone. Bait and switch. You got all these people believing in the U.S. dream, and this can be accomplished, and that can be accomplished. There's always a but after that. But you got to be diligent. No, that's not true. I know a lot of diligent people that never got a break in their fucking life.
Yeah.
You got to work hard. No, I know a lot of people who really worked hard and never got a break in their life. Like, and every time they would come at me with another freaking tag word, the one thing that to me was obvious is you can't break down a system that is legitly working. And that system was legitly working for decades, centuries. Now people are woken up like, damn, this dream sucks. Yeah, welcome to the world, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, the one thing that can remain true through it, no matter the culture, is you work hard for what you want or need, but not the dream you had, because we can have dreams that are severely unobtainable. I could have a dream that I'm jumping out of an airplane, and I know in my heart that's never ever going to happen.
Well, the one thing that kind of really surprised me is as I was looking around a lot of these places, in Arizona or whatever, well, 9 out of 10 of the places were in bumfuck, but then it'd say, oh, you can only have an RV here for 60 days. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what the fuck? Why can you only? And then others were 6 months. And it's like, what the hell? How come they're wanting only, you could be out here for 30 days or 6 months or whatever when you're out in bumfuck. And then there's even other ones, oh, no RVs are allowed, but yet there's no neighbors or nothing. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Fucking bullshit.
You know why? I'll tell you why. The county wants their money, because what do they want you to do with vacant land? They want you to get a permit to build a building, and another permit for electricity, and another permit for sewer, and another. That's all they want, is they want you on that paying train.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because I can't use my legit address. I have a legitimate street address, and I have not been able to use it in 5 years because they refuse to call my property not vacant. So when you look up my property in the county records, it shows it's a vacant property because I never paid for the building permit yet. I haven't done it yet. So they
Right.
refuse. I fought with them hard. I fought with the county. I fought with the post office. Man, I had that postal lady so pissed she slammed the door in my face. Um, and no, they absolutely wouldn't let you use your address. Now, here's the weird part. 5 years later, 5 years later, I get two pieces of mail in my freaking mailbox. I'm like, what? This can't be. How did this get through the mail system? And I won't even try it with a piece of mail because I don't want to go down that freaking road again and argue with people about using my address. And the whole point is because I didn't get a building permit yet. So just know that may be headed at you. Just know that there's a story out there like that. So it just helps you know what questions to ask as you're talking to people. Because I didn't know any of this when I got here.
Yeah.
And when you look at your pictures, when you do talk to people, I suggest this. Other people balk at it, but I don't give a shit. When I bought online, just like what you're doing, and after like a week or so, I'm like, I looked for the date first on the picture, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if he zoomed it out or not, and that's what I was afraid of. I literally called him up, Larry, and I'm like, sorry, are all those trees still on the land? And he's like, what? I'm like, I noticed they had a freaking wildfire in that county 10 years ago. And I'm calling you because I couldn't find the date of the picture, and I'm not trusting what I'm finding on Google. So, yeah, are all them trees there? Because that's why I'm buying it, is all those trees. And
Right.
he's like, yes, it's okay. I understand. He zoomed in on the picture on the date, flicked the picture of that, and sent it to me. This is when the picture was taken, and it was like just a year prior or something. So yes, all the trees are still there. People laughed at me, but people would admonish me if I didn't do my due diligence and didn't ask, and then I get here and there's no trees, then I would be the idiot, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'll share a picture of you what my computer case looks like.
Cool. That's your computer case? It lights up like that and all?
Well, it does, but I can't get the lights to work right now. But that's the only thing I haven't been able to get to work yet is the lights. But yeah, that's my case. It came with 6 damn fans in it,
Wow.
and as you can
So
see, it's really quiet too. I'm amazed.
I only have one piece of advice, and it has nothing to do with the inners. And that is, if you have to do diatomaceous earth again, get a garbage bag and put that sucker
Yeah,
in a garbage bag.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing I found out with my other one, and it's only got two fans. The fan that's on the processor and one in the back, and it would still get coated with that
Yep,
DE.
yep, yep, yep. Everything gets coated. And it's a great thing, but it's really not good for electronics.
Yeah, and
But,
it gets.
but, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, it gets into the air and it gets everywhere.
But they also make computers so that they run hotter now. That's why you have six fans in that damn thing.
Well, yeah, the reason why is because depending on your processor, some of these processors they draw a lot of power. There's like one processor that draws like 500 watts just for the processor, and that's quite a
What?
bit. Yeah,
Note to
mine,
self, stay away from that one.
my processor, and it's not a very powerful one or whatever, but mine draws 125 watts.
No shit. Are you serious? That's like one whole solar panel, one small solar panel right there.
Yeah, well, what you'd do is you'd go 12 times 125 or divided by 125, and that would come out with your amperage. And I think it's like 50, 50 or 40 or 50 amps. So that's quite a bit.
That is, yeah. No, I think I'm gonna stick with a laptop or something. Put an
Yeah,
extra fan on it. Put it, I'll do some due diligence to make sure it doesn't overheat because I'm in a hot environment, so I really do need to do that because to me it's not worth that the money they're asking for computers now for what I use it for. It really is not worth the extra electricity. You know what I'm
well, it's weird because when I first started getting into computers parts and stuff were really expensive, and then it got, I mean, super fucking cheap. You could build yourself a sweet ass computer for like $500 or $600, and now it's gone up again big time because like the processor I bought is an i5, which is an Intel uh, 5, and it cost me $300. It's the newest chip there is. It's a generation 13, and I guess they've done a lot of improvements on this last generation. But if I got an older one, the price, of course, would go down. But the problem with getting an older one is then you got to worry about support. So it's there again, you're in a damned if you do and damned if you don't situation again.
Boy, has that system ever made that freaking term most appropriate. Because when the price went down, because my family wants a computer. And when the price went down, I'm like, we might be able to consider this now. Because I didn't
Right.
want to buy a quote unquote Walmart version. I wanted a legit computer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And before we could turn around and sneeze twice, that freaking price was right back up again. And even more ridiculous because the computer got smaller. Now there's laptops, but the price for a legit one got higher.
Right.
Like, I forget who said it in chat when we were all talking about it the other day. He said to look towards an Acer. Maybe it was in another chat. He said look for an Acer computer, ACER,
Right.
for like streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, Acer's
Because
make pretty good stuff.
right, and I needed to know the name of the brand of laptop to look for because man, they're all disposable. I spent so much money on a laptop from Best Buy that Best Buy screwed it up before I could ever bring it home, Larry. Oh my God, it was so traumatic. I wound up freaking selling that laptop for $100 a year later just to get it out of my face. I mean, the
Yeah.
whole thing. I brought what is it, Norton Security?
Uh huh.
I bought that. It's the only thing that they were supposed to install. I brought it home. The fan didn't stop working. I had to freaking bring it back. bring it back home again. Now the CPU part ain't working. Wait, I didn't hardly use this thing.
I can
So,
tell you most likely the problem was that damn Norton. I had so many different problems with Norton. It's a big time resource hog.
well, I got a real big problem with these big box stores selling things that aren't under their own name. And then not only do they not uphold the 30-day warranty, but
Two
they're
weeks now.
assholes when they're required to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
It's 2 weeks now at Best Buy. Any electronics after 2 weeks you can only get store credit, and that's only up to 30 days.
Oh, hell no.
I found that out when I took my graphics card back. They're like, "Oh, it's over the 2 weeks, so you can only get store credit." And I'm like, "That's funny because when I bought it, the guy told me it was 30 days." Oh, he did not. Yada yada yada. And I'm just like, "What the fuck ever."
See, I hate arguing with people. They act like it's their money. And I don't mean this really derogatory, but what wants to come out of my mouth is, bitch, you don't own this company. Stop acting like that. This ain't your fucking money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I first started building computers, like very late 90s, maybe early 2000s. And when I first went to Best Buy, because my computer was having a problem, I got a really bad virus, and I took it into Best Buy to get it fixed. And I came up to this stoner kid, and I started talking to him, and he's like, "Dude, you don't want to do this." He's like, "You don't want me to fix this," and I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Dude, this shit's easy." He's like, "Give me your number. I'll give you a call tonight, and I'll show you how to do this yourself." And he's
Huh.
like, "It won't cost you a goddamn pennies." I'm like, "Cool." So he showed me how to do it, and I'm like, "You guys don't see, what programmers, whatever's conflicting in with the Windows or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh no, we don't do that anymore. All we do is we bring it in, we wipe the drive, and start you all over." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Huh, really?" So I learned how to do that stuff, and that was great. And there was like mass employees at the Geek Squad there. Now it's like they have one or two people, and none of them really seem to me like they know that much.
yep.
And then it's like even if they do, they want you to pay them just for an answer, basically.
Yes. And that's why I'm going to keep doing what I started with the honey and go right to the freaking manufacturer.
Yeah,
Walk away with a manufacturer warranty. Walk away with all the things I need to know about sending shit back to you if it don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even playing this bullshit. You know what? I never, people justify the cost of the honey story.
yeah.
People got their overhead. People got this, that, and the other thing. I could have picked up the honey from the manufacturer, drove it to the farmer's market for less than $5. Okay, so we'll even put $5 in there. So then you have the employee, which what was minimum wage about? It should be up to like $9, $10, but I don't think it is. It may be now, but it's not across the board. It's not across the board.
Shit,
Period.
most fast food places here starting wages is $15 an hour. My
Yeah,
first job, my first job was $1.25 an hour.
yeah, mine was less. I delivered freaking newspapers for freaking pennies on the goddamn dollar. But I was
Oh,
my
yeah, I
parents were
did that.
stupid and I
I
needed money.
Yeah, I did that too. I wasn't counting that. I was saying my first real, working for a business or whatever. I think I was pumping gas for $1.25 an
Mm,
hour.
no shit, really.
Well, gas though then was only like 18 cents a gallon though too.
Yeah, they weren't worried too much about people running away with gas when it and probably didn't even equal a dollar.
Shit, back then you could have $20. You could fill up your tank. You could go get a case of beer and party all weekend on $20.
Yep. And they want to say that dirty birdie inflation is why you can't do that anymore. But That's dirty birdie bullshit because we can't do that anymore because corporations, corporate cronies need to line their pockets. I am so sick of hearing, oh man, the cost of oil barrel went up and now we're going to have to raise the gas price and, and stop doing that shit, stupid dog. And companies record record profits. Wait, back that train up again. You had to double the freaking gas price to the public because of the cost of OPEC oil, but you lined your pockets with profit. I know about business. Thou protest way too much about how expensive OPEC bullshit. The reason why this everything costs so much is because people are getting freaking rich off it. The end. That's the end. That's the end of the story. I learned about business and I learned about how businesses start, the things you incorporate, how to move forward past the 1 year mark. I know all about that stuff, and I also know about bait and switch, and I also know about lying. So that's all those reasons is why things don't cost what they used to. Oh, I forgot one other thing. I also know about manufacturing, the ins and outs of it, because I was in the manufacturing business.
There you go again, making way too much sense.
That's why I gotta live by myself because when you start out here in the BFE, when you start adding shit together, man, you just don't even want to be around society. You don't want to be around people who are compliant in the system, regardless of the cost of it. I'm non-compliant. I don't mix well with sheep, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did hear something the other day, and I can't even attest to who said it or in what chat room. I did hear somebody say, shit, god damn it, it was a good one. What the hell did he say? What? God took that completely out of my brain. It'll come back to me. We were talking about business, compliance. I hate when a thought does that because nothing took the thought. I'm not even that high.
That's the problem.
I didn't even finish a bowl yet. But he said something so that stopped me to even remember it.
Brain fart.
Yes,
God,
god damn it.
oh, I smell it. It's one
See?
of those
It's
green.
leaking out.
It's one of
It's
those
leaking out.
green
That's how
fogs.
nasty it is.
It's one of those green fogs, that suck up all the oxygen in the room, and as it's sucking it up, it keeps it expanding.
Yeah. Yes.
She'll get so pissed at me because sometimes when we're laying in bed together, I'll fluff one out. She'll go, "You better not move those blankets." So of course I'm fucking fanning the damn blanket. She'll call
That's
me all
funny.
kinds of fucking names.
Especially when
And
it's
I says, "But baby, if you leave it underneath the blanket, it's gonna grow, and if it grows, it's gonna get really bad. So I just want to spread it all over so it gets over and done with."
That's funny. I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day, a girlfriend of mine, and the whole house was nice and quiet. Dogs are laying down. Daisy's to my left and Hot Boxing's bed over here. All of a sudden, I hear. I'm like, damn, girl, I'm alone. I thought that was a human fart. What you been eating? I wish I could remember that thought, but it's gone. It didn't even leave a trail, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, do you do any planting or not, Larry? Are you just a mechanical kind of guy?
The only thing I really grows. my pot.
Okay, that's cool though.
I I don't know. I would like to do a lot more stuff. I mean, I got a pretty good sized chunk of land here for especially for an RV spot. And
Hmm.
I'd like to do more, but my problem is I don't want to put all that work and effort into it and then just have to leave my work and effort here basically.
I can really feel that, Larry, because the second house we bought, we tried to buy in Michigan, the one that had the bad well.
Yeah.
By the time we found out it had a bad well, I had already grown and planted trees along the circular drive. It was a half circle driveway. I had oak tree, apple tree. I had all kinds of herbs between me and the neighbors because there was a big gap in between the tree where I could see the neighbor. So I put like marshmallow plants, big plants to just blur it out. And we went by that following spring and they cut down all the trees and all the plants. And I'm like, you idiot. That was curb appeal, you stupid people. Literally killed the trees just to be assholes.
Uh, well, that's like I really need a shed here to store all my junk I got. And I figure it costs me $300 or $400 to build a nice wooden shed.
Mhm.
And then it's like, okay, if I have to move, I have to leave the shed here, so that's basically $300 or $400 I wasted, and somebody else gets to use.
Why don't you build it in a way that you could take it back down?
The problem is to haul it. I got so much shit I'm going to have to haul to begin with. I'll have to basically fill this trailer up full of all my stuff to be able to get it to wherever I'm going. I got quite a bit of stuff. Most of it's tools.
And that's a lot of weight. Will your trailer hold that weight while hauling it?
Oh, I
'Cause
I
that's
don't
what
know.
gave my son-in-law trouble when him and my daughter came to Michigan, is he had all his tools. He's a mechanic. He had all his tools in the freaking trailer. And don't you know that trailer popped one tire after another until they removed half those tools?
Yeah. Well, this thing does have some. They're almost like brand new tires on it and stuff. The biggest thing I'm worried about is, since it's such an older trailer, is it basically falling apart by the time I get it thousands of miles away. You know what I'm saying?
Um, I do. I absolutely know what you're saying because I had that worry. We had to bring this trailer 50 miles, and it's a 1990 trailer. It already fell off the trailer once, off the truck once. So I totally know what you mean. Um, you could
I'm
also
like,
do it in stage. Can you do it in stages? Like, is it could well?
well, the
Hmm,
biggest thing is, like I told her, I figure if I hired a place, say like we moved to Arizona, if I hire a place, it's going to cost me $3,000 to $5,000 to get it to move down there. I'm like, why don't we just go ahead and spend that $3,000 to $5,000 on a truck, and then that way we could haul it at our will, at our pace, at our speed. Like we could go a
yeah.
couple hundred miles or whatever, check the trailer out, and yada yada yada. If you hire a place, they're just going to try to get there as quick as possible. And if something happens along the way, basically, oh well, you know,
Yes.
check
Yes.
the checks
Yes.
in the mail, the checks in the mail, and they won't come in your mouth type deal. You know,
Yes, 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 yes. You're absolutely right. And I experienced a moving company one time when I was married to my first husband. He's military or was military, God rest his soul. Um, and dude, they did such a their customer service, their shitty attitude, their lack of care. Man, I was like, note to self, never ever use a moving company. Not that I'm saying don't do it. There's a lot of good moving companies out there, but this particular one that I was involved with, which is probably doesn't even exist anymore,
yeah,
um, broke my shit. Dude, it went from New York City just 4 hours south to New Jersey, and my shit showed up broken. So I was like, nah, learn how to move yourself, woman.
yeah.
And I'm such a mover that. it blows people's brains when they see me unload cars or trucks. They're like, "How do you fit?" All, yeah, I'm really good at Tetris. You really learn how to move if you've done it a couple times.
Well, the biggest thing for me is I couldn't believe, like I said, it took me almost 2 years to find somebody to move this trailer. And I didn't think, when I went to, call some places up, I figured, I'd just call somewhere, find out how much it's going to be, and it'll get done. No, it's like,
Mm,
I mean, I called tow yards, I called semi places, I called RV places, I called every fucking place I could think of. And oh no, we don't do that. We only do this and this, that, and the other thing. And I had to have it moved twice. So the first time it cost me $250 to move it 12 miles. 12 miles, $250. And then the
wow.
second time it cost me $200 to move it like 60 miles.
See, and people think that they're being kind by doing it. No, you're paying for something. Being kind is literally helping you without milking you at the same time.
Well, and then plus the first guy that, charged me the 250 for 12 miles, he was just one of these people that saw problems upon problems upon problems, which none of the problems really existed. He
Uh-huh.
just made them problems. So the whole ordeal was just a really nightmare. And then the
Mhm.
second guy was all like, "Oh, let's just get it
Yeah.
done," basically. And he fucking hooked the truck up, and we were on our way. And it's like we had a couple little things happen along the way, and his just whole demeanor and his attitude and everything was just so much nicer than the first man. So,
So even the attitude made it feel more like help, right?
oh yeah, and like I told her, that's why I was saying, I think, because I'd have to get a 3/4 ton truck to be able to haul this thing, because it's 36 feet long,
Right,
and it probably weighs like 7,000 pounds just for the trailer.
right. Not
So that's
including
why
the
I
tools
figured,
and shit.
not including anything that's inside of it. That's why I told her, I says, I figure we can get a halfway decent truck between 3 and 5 grand to be able to haul it, and then that way we could haul it where we want, how we want, and when we want, and all that other shit.
Yep, yep. Absolutely.
And we got
Absolutely.
a
I mean, if you're going to invest in yourself in that way because the truck isn't just going to give you this. I'm having deja vu. Hold on.
yeah.
I must have said something like I think I said something like this to my daughter when she was younger. Um, if you're gonna put money out for something, let that be an investment in you, in Anna, in what you're doing. Because once you pay for that truck to move, that's it. You don't have a truck after that, right? You just paid for your freaking that truck to move your trailer. So having a
Well,
truck,
yeah.
then you're no longer under anybody's thumb, right?
Well, yeah. The biggest thing for me is, like I said, if I had to pay 5 grand for somebody to move it, I'd rather spend 5 grand and have something I can use again.
Exactly. That's the investment in you, and
Right.
your needs, instead of just paying anybody. I don't want to use Joe Schmo because they're probably legit people, but anybody to do it. It's a one-time thing, like you said. It's one time, 5 grand, boom, gone.
Yeah.
Buy a
We
truck,
got
yeah,
a
that 5 grand is boom, gone, but you got a truck now.
right. We got a pretty good sized auction not too far from me that I know they have some really good deals at.
I'll be right back, man.
Oh man, my security camera's doing something weird today. I
What's
got
it
one.
doing?
I got this one screen that has writing on it, and it says exposure brightness.
Is the sun
On
coming up?
what's the first time it did it last night? That's the first time it's ever done it since I've owned
It's
it,
weird. It's some um
and I've owned it now for about 2 years.
huh. To me that signals like was a light shown at it or something?
I think
Or the
somehow the settings in that camera got messed up somehow.
oh
Because each camera you can set the brightness and contrast and all that other stuff in it.
oh okay. So maybe you have to just go into the settings there.
Yeah, it's kind of a hassle though because it's got its own like mouse and stuff that on it, and the space that it has, you have to end up putting the mouse like on your leg to get it to work, and then you have to do the letters that are on screen and click each letter with the mouse. So it's not really easy.
Yeah, see that's I'm just not a computer illiterate person or literate person. And I go so far and then I start getting a feeling like maybe I should just back out because I don't belong in these settings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like yesterday when I was into the BIOS of the computer. And there's a lot of things I know about, BIOS system and how your computer works and stuff. But this is the newest computer I've had, and it's got a lot of settings I've never even heard of or know nothing about. And I tried messing with a couple of them, and it's like every time I did it, I go to reboot it, and the computer would say, you fucked up. You're an idiot. Try again.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's
But
where
then
I'm at.
at the same time, I felt, well, yeah, I'm an idiot, but at least it's letting me change it. I've heard of people screwing up so bad that your computer doesn't, turn back on type thing. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
after messing up 3 or 4 times, I thought, well, I better just leave well enough alone before I screw something up really good.
Yeah, the most I mess with is the picture on the screen and the volume.
Yeah. I don't need to know nothing else, right?
Right? Well, it looks like another warm day in Colorado in the middle of March. This is weird.
Yeah, it was, I think, almost 60 here yesterday.
I just keep telling myself I know spring snows are coming. Don't do anything outside because the spring snows are coming. Go do rain dance outside. Yeah, do rain dance outside. Rain would be better, but I'll take snow too. Any of the
Uh,
from this dry ass land. Appreciate it. No matter what the form at this point. So much water. No, that water is too low. This is the quiet part of the morning. The dogs have been fed. Now they're going down for their morning nap. Thanks for looking at my. How's Anna doing, Larry?
she's doing pretty good. She's got to go get shots in both her hips today.
Ooh, I've had those before.
She says they really help.
They do, but upon first insertion of the needle, I had a doctor literally hit my freaking nerve, the nerve that goes down the left side of my body, left side of my leg. Hit the nerve with the freaking needle. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna fall off that table.
Well, the thing, I've never had one, but I used to know somebody that had them done all the time, and they said the problem with it that they felt was, yeah, it worked, but it seemed like basically you get addicted to it, kind of thing. Like you got to keep getting it done and done and done, basically type thing.
Yeah,
So it's like you're fighting the losing battle. Yeah, you get a little comfort for however long, but then you got to go and get it done again. And I'm sure whatever it is that they're putting into you, uh, whatever that chemical could be, can't be good for your body. Get injected every
exactly.
3 months
Yes.
or whatever.
Especially if it's causing an addiction type thing. I
That's
might.
yeah.
Okay.
That's think.
All right. I have to go call for Daisy because she's not coming back. I'll be right back, Larry.
Not a problem.
Yeah, Daisy's a pit bull lab, so she's gonna be that way. But she's back, so she didn't go anywhere. The whole point is we don't want them going anywhere and finding a male dog anywhere.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we have a dog that's like a half a mile from us. Beautiful yellow lab retriever. Couldn't quite. It was a puppy when I saw it. And my husband and I were thinking like that wouldn't be so bad. We said that before the second litter. Now we're like, it's you better keep your cooch at home. You better keep it home because I'm not playing. No more puppies for this homestead at the moment. I'll start losing my parents because more babies there. No, it can't happen. Nope. Nope. Where is everybody, Larry? Everybody's sleeping in today.
Their rest and relaxation.
Yeah, you don't get much of that on the homestead. There's always something to do, huh? Oh, man. Is it? Yeah. Well, I think I might jump in the shower, Larry.
All right. Yeah, I just noticed, and I didn't remember doing it. I guess I wrote a letter to the people I bought the case from, and they answered me back. And sounds like they're going to try to help me get my lights
Oh,
working.
sweet. Sweet. Now you can get some answers you've been looking for.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too, because like
Awesome.
I said, I don't even remember doing it. But then again, I was
You were,
half brain dead yesterday.
yeah, you were tired that day.
Oh man! And what
All right.
sucks the
Well, if
most
you're,
is
go ahead.
all right. I gonna say what sucked the most is during the day. Every time I kept trying to lay down, I wouldn't really go to sleep. It was just like I'd rest, but I didn't sleep till last night.
Holy cow, really?
Yeah, I kept
Oh,
going back to bed,
man.
and I just lay down and I wouldn't fall asleep. It's like my brain wouldn't shut off, type thing.
All that adrenaline from doing all that work.
Yeah, just trying to excited, and then I got to do this, I got to do that next, and all that bullshit. All right,
Yeah,
well,
I
you
get
hop in the
you.
shower, get all that stink off you. I knew I was smelling something kind of funny. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but now that you
You weren't
informed me,
supposed to
now
say
I
it
know.
out loud, Larry.
Well, I tell all the secrets. All
Hey,
right,
if you go
girlie.
out later, I'll see you then.
All right, don't let that door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Thanks, Larry. Love you. Love you, Anna. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Hey, Chuck, how you doing this morning, bud? Good to see you. Hope everything's doing well for you. Oh man.
Good morning.
Hey, hey, Linda, how are you doing?
Uh, Overslept a little. It's raining. Oh.
Well, tell it to do that stuff. That stuff. That
We need it.
yeah. We've had way too much rain this year. It's funny because last year we didn't get hardly any.
That's right. It's fucking with my signal. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you fine. I'm putting a voodoo on you.
Hmm.
So what you got on your agenda for the day?
I can't hear you. You're morphing on me. So I'm gonna jump out, jump back in, try again.
All right. That any better?
Yeah. Now I hear you. Okay. You was asking me what my plans were, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no plans. Stay dry, stay high. That's my plan.
Tough job, but somebody got to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just sit back and enjoy the rain for the most part.
There you go, talking that dirty four-letter word language.
Telling you, if I get it, everybody else go get it. You hear that crazy bird? That's not even my bird. That's God's bird.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
That's crazy. Oh, yeah, I was checking my eggs, make sure I don't get one to explode. That'd be the last thing I want to do. Ugh. Hi, Chuck.
I think he left.
Uh, we're still showing one.
On my end, it says 0.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. We'll put these bad boys back over there. Yeah, I made a mistake when I was pulling my eggs and marking them.
How's that?
Um, by having them at different stages, and I thought I was gonna keep it for my own records in my head, a circle for one day, an X for whatever day, so forth. So I was doing that, and I think I should have made it more simple. If it was I pulled that egg on a Monday, put M on it. If I put that, you know what I'm saying? So there's got to be a way I should have dated the eggs better, so I know that, or just do one clutch, not grabbing them, the good ones as they were coming in. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I've learned a lot from it.
that's
Um,
all that matters, right?
yeah, and I still haven't broke down and bought an incubator. I'm still doing my was it DIY?
Hey, if it works, that's all that matters. Why go spend the money if you already got what you need?
That's what I was like how I was looking at it. Plus, I had seen others show how it could be done and be successful at it, which was what got me on board to try it all.
Right.
So yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's even too wet to walk up, get a pack of cigarettes. So I guess I'm gonna try to quit again. See what happens.
yeah,
All you can do is try.
no doubt about it.
So you said it's a warm day for you?
I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to be like today. Yesterday it was fairly warm. The wind, though, it was sunny out, but we had a wind, and it felt like it was coming from the North Pole.
Mercy.
Just had that cut a hole right through you type wind.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're getting right now.
I hate those,
Yeah.
especially when it's sunny out, because you look out and you think, "Oh, it's sunny, it's nice out. I'll go outside," and in a couple minutes you're like, "Holy shit, it's fucking cold out here. That wind's cold."
Right through the heat doesn't even give a chance.
Oh. Yeah, I'm still kind of tired. Like yesterday, I kept trying to go to sleep because I was up the night before,
Right.
real late. I kept trying to go to bed, but I would never go to sleep. I just kind of lay there and rest. I didn't sleep till actually last night. And felt good. I feel a lot better, but I'm still kind of tired.
Well, it sounds like you need an afternoon nap. Catch it all up.
Shit, I'll probably go to bed right after the stream.
Wait. He's like, afternoon? Who's gonna wait that long?
Exactly. Well, shit, you figure, I've already been up for a couple hours.
Hey, you put your time in.
Yeah, most of the time, if I take a nap, I'll usually be up, 8 or 10, 12 hours before I'll take a nap. And it's like, damn, I've already been up for 12 hours. I think it's nap time.
So tell me a little bit about your title, Larry. Larry's PC Repair. Laugh out loud.
Well,
Miss
it was to yesterday's title, which was I got my new PC running, so I figured I would carry it on a little bit.
Nice.
I used to
Yeah,
actually have a PC repair back in the late '90s, early 2000s.
that's cool.
I did that for quite a while. Never really made much money, but I fixed a lot of computers.
Oh yeah.
Well, most of them were for people I knew, and I felt everybody was struggling like me, so I could never really charge anybody for it. Plus, I was learning and having fun. So,
Right. Like me, everybody's yeah, I come across that same thing. I don't see the value. The value is that I'm giving it to you, not that I'm trying to get your pocket.
right. Well, there's just too much of that going on.
Absolutely.
Especially with all these damn scammers that are out there.
I guess we had a another train derailment or something. But I find this funny, so this is why we're bringing it up. Not that I'm falling for all of it. I'm just got my interest in it. So I'd heard about it, and then I went and researched it, and it was funny because when it was out in Lake Havasu, and when it first came out, it was supposed to have been a hazardous spill, right? So I go checking into it. Nah, 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 nah. It was frigging syrup. And I'm laughing my ass off, going, "That's crazy," because there's paperwork about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's on your freight.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you go from hazardous to syrup.
Well, syrup is hazardous,
You
silly. What the hell are you thinking?
Right, 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 right.
Well, it's kind of like, right after all the big scare we had a couple of years ago, right after it, we started getting all these damn shootings. And I'm like, what the hell? I can't believe that there's this many shootings, happening all the time, every day. And this person's killing this person, and this person did this. And I'm like, it just seems too suspicious to me how all of a sudden there are all these damn shootings. I'm like, I think what they're going to do is, oh, well, look at all these shootings. So we can't have people going around and killing people, so we're going to have to outlaw guns. And the only people that can have guns are us, of course, because, we're the responsible ones. And then, sure enough, about 8 months later, all these states were coming up with new gun laws and this and that and the other thing. And it's just like, another ploy to control us.
No, I think they meant to get people not to take it seriously. I think it was one of those. I don't know. I think it was a fork in the wheel for sure. Just thought it was odd how they tried to write it up, and then
Well, I know for a fact that we have crisis actors.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that stuff myself.
You know, and it's kind of,
In the newspaper form, that's what I've seen myself.
it's really sad.
It is new times. There is.
If we spent all this time and energy and money that we spend to try to, you know, project this narrative, if we actually did it for, you know, good for everybody, we might actually get somewhere.
Right. It's like, what's real anymore?
Yeah.
It's real, but so I went back further, a little bit further into that to see how many possibly. I figured it's just a handful, right? 2023, we barely kicked off. It's only a handful. I don't know. It's not just a handful. Yeah, it was quite a few, almost in every state. I was like, damn.
That's what I said. What's weird is, you know, they you know, I know we have train wrecks and derailments and shit every day, but how in the fuck can you have all of a sudden all these different trains derailing? You
Exactly.
know, it's just
That's my
it's
opinion.
it's the same thing with the gun shootings. You know, how can it be one way for basically ever, and then all of a sudden it just, oh, it's happening everywhere all over the countryside? What the fuck? Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we just
It's
had
like
a shooting
it's like
in.
not only are we supposed to be stupid, we're supposed to be ignorant on top of
Well,
stupidness.
it's to get you not to see it when it's real. That's what I was trying to get at with the train thing, Gary. I
Yeah,
feel
because
as
you never know what is real and what isn't. And there's no way of proving
if it was
unless you
real.
actually see it happen. You know, unless you actually see somebody shooting somebody, or if you actually see a train
Yeah,
derail, you know, in front of your eyes, there's no way of knowing that it really did happen.
exactly.
But then again, it's like in some ways, I believe that some of these derailments are happening because our damn railways, you know, our tracks have been there for hundreds of fucking years.
Well, when I looked into it some more, it said that they used to have a certain amount of time to check the whole train, and now that everything's going like fast, 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 they don't have the amount of time to. And I guess they've added more cars to the tracks, on each train. So I mean that there's loopholes there. You're not going to be if you're not giving the right amount of time to do a safety check.
Oh yeah, it's like when you know we
And
had all this
that's
scared, you know,
considered finishing
problems with
check. If something's going
when
to
we had all
happen.
these problems with the damn truckers and you know shipping and all that. The
Well,
damn
yeah.
trains, the damn trains coming along here. You know, more people were shipping by train. One, because they don't have to have any people around, and two, it's just so much cheaper. It's like I'd hear some of these trains, I'd swear a mile away, and you could just feel the whole ground. Thump, 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 thump. You know, every time I do that thump, thump, my trailer would fucking shake, and they would be a mile away. And then when they came by the house, it was like a fucking earthquake.
I think you have something there, maintenance as well on the tracks. I just know when I worked for a trucking company that I had to check all the all the trailers, and if any of them were reefer trailers, I had to make sure that they were at the temps that they needed to be on, that they were running properly. You did that every day. Just because it was good yesterday, don't mean it's going to be good today. You do it
Yeah.
regardless. You got your list. You got to check it off. And same in everything. Is what I'm getting at in every business or I'm losing my words here. No, I just can't find it. Ain't lost it. It's in there.
My my mom's dad worked for the railroad company for I don't know 40 years or something, and I guess he was there I don't know like 5 or 10 years, and then he was on the tracks doing something. Anyway, these two trailers were connecting together, and he ended up actually. Hang on, somebody's in my fucking house.
Okay.
I'm back.
Everything check out?
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about your parent
Oh
that worked
yeah.
for
So
tracks.
anyway, my mom's dad worked for the railway company, and about 5 years after he was working there, he ended up getting pinned in between two cars, and he fractured both of his hips. So
Good
he had to
grief.
get artificial hips replaced in both his, legs or whatever. And that fucker was back at work within like 6 months and did 30 years of employment after that.
Wow.
That just shows you they don't make them like they used to.
Right? Yep, that's for sure.
Everybody must be busy yesterday and today's been kind of slow, so everybody must be doing shit, taking care of shit instead of spending all their time in these damn YouTube streets.
Well, yeah, you know. it,
I found myself for quite a while. That's all I was doing is spending all my time on YouTube, either being up there or watching or something. And I'm like, I'm spending way too much time. I need to get some shit done. So every day I try to do something,
I hear you.
even if it's a bunch of nothing.
Right.
That's the hard part is doing a bunch of nothing. No.
Well, I guess my opinion on this whole why is everybody pointing fingers at others that are spending how they're spending their time? I don't understand that. I paid my dues, I raised my children. You
Yeah.
see what I'm doing out here, Larry?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't understand why people are making. Is there a time limit? Is there a time limit in the YouTube?
Well,
Room?
yeah. Because
There's
after you go such amount of time, you have to pay me per minute after that.
yeah. I mean, it's contradicting. You want the views, but yet you're telling people to get their asses out of here, get off of here, stop hanging out here. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm
But
saying
it's
in a general aspect. I'm not talking about anything like in
oh yeah,
specific.
no, I know.
In general, the whole idea of YouTube is it's a tube. You're viewing it. It's the. I just don't get where I've been hearing a lot of flack about that in this, out there that where everyone's spending too much time on here. They don't have a life. It's like, what
Well,
if this income?
it's
I'm
the
just
old
saying.
look at you, not me.
Sorry, Larry. What?
I said it's the old look at you, not me.
Well, yeah. So as I do, it's good for the goose, but not for the gander. I get it. I totally get it. I'm just saying it caught my attention, and I thought that was kind of who are you to tell me what the fuck to do? Period. That's
We're
all
your
I'm.
maker.
I don't know. It's just agitating. It just agitates every time I go to these rooms and I listen to these conversations. The first thing out of their mouth is, "Everyone's on here too much. I'm seeing you too much. You're, I don't know. Whatever." I would see a lot of it. It got my crow. It doesn't make sense. We're all fucking adults. and I only see it over here. I don't see I don't see it anywhere else. I just see it on
Yeah.
this end of the spectrum. So I find that kind of ironic as well. It's like, don't
Oh,
be over here, be over there if you're gonna do it. That's the only way it's legit. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, things seem pretty slow here, and it's almost been 2 hours. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this and do a
Oh,
couple
did I run
things
you
and
off?
take a nap.
Sorry. Okay. Well, you have a good one.
Oh yeah, you too.
Take care out.
And we'll see you same time, same bat channel. And don't let that door hit you in the ass.
Real quick. I was reviewing one a couple of days ago, and did Anna call a meeting or something? She
Oh,
said
she
she
wants
had to
to.
go in here and go in the back and talk. I mean, what's that about?
She she wants she has a dilemma that she's been battling for quite a while, and she wants some other people's opinions. And she thought that, like you and Mary and all the regulars, she wanted your guys' basically opinions on what she was thinking. I don't really want to divulge too much. And what she wants to do is get like 4 or 5 people in the stream, and then once we're all here, we'll quit the stream, so then we can all talk, but yet it won't be broadcasted, so it'll be just a private type thing.
Okay.
Because you see, like right now, I could end this stream and we could stay here all day long and say whatever we wanted, and nobody would know what went on.
Cool. All right. Well, it sounded like a meeting, so if it's not a meeting, it's just you guys want to talk, I guess, privately. So that's cool.
Yeah, she doesn't want any wandering ears to hear what she's saying, basically, in a
All right.
roundabout way to speak.
Yeah, just like it caught my curiosity. So, alrighty. Well, let me know when I need to be available or be at you guys' service. I'll try to do
Okie
my
dokie, artichoke. You have a great day and a
best.
better tomorrow.
Live, y'all. Bye,
Bye
y'all.
bye. All right. Been 2 hours. You guys take care and hope we see you again. Same time, same bat channel. Bye.